Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking it out. This week, I'm going to be talking about how I kind of manage the craziness in my life, all of the things that I have to do from the job to managing my clients, managing my team, all of the personal things I have to get done, getting driver's licenses, getting visas. How do I actually manage all that? And how can you take some of these ideas and implement them in your life so you can get more done in your life and get back to enjoying it and not running around wondering how you're going to get everything done. Okay, guys, so a question that I get a lot is how do I actually build and manage an effective team to help me grow my business? And how do I help clients do this basically from anywhere in the world? So, there's a few things that you really want to look at when you're looking at hiring a team or you're looking at hiring an individual to come work in your business. You got to look at the job function, right? So, what is it that you specifically want this person to do? And you need to find skills that match that job function, that match the tasks that you're going to want that person to do. The other thing that you're going to need to look at is you're going to need to look at personality. What are their skills? What are their habits? How do they communicate? All of these different aspects of working with people is something that you're going to have to really pay attention to, especially when you're looking to hire, a team to work very intimately with you and within your business. A couple of the other things that you're really going to want to make sure that you have in place in order to hire and manage this team, you're going to want to have a source to be able to go out and find remote workers. Remote workers are great because they tend to be sticky, which means when you hire them, if they're a good fit for the position and good fit for your company and a good fit for you, they're going to stick around. However, you're probably going to expand your team in the future, or you might need to replace your team as your company starts to grow or as your needs change. If you check out some of the resources down below in the description, or you check out some of the other videos on my channel, I talk about some places where you can actually get a consistent source of remote workers. So that way you're never going without the team that you need in place to be able to manage your business. Now, you're also going to want to make sure that you have systems in place. Systems are crucial, especially for remote working teams, because you're going to need to be able to manage everything from tasks to their time, to different projects, to client communications, vendor communications. There is just a lot that you're going to have to manage within your business, and you want to make sure you have a centralized system so that way everyone on your team can use the same system. They can all be trained in the same or similar processes, which might be different based on job function, but the core processes will be the same, of time tracking and task tracking and all of those similar tasks that they're going to be performing. You want to make sure that you have a system to be able to not only organize all of that into and train your team on, but also to track all of that activity. And so you really want to make sure that you have a really solid system that's going to help you manage as many aspects of your project and task management and time management as possible. So one of the cool things is, because I've gotten really good at building these remote teams, it allows me to do a lot more in my personal life, but also in my business life, because I'm able to delegate the different things that need to get done, and I'm not the one having to do it all. I know a lot of business owners that they will try to do everything in their business, or maybe they're even trying to manage a few businesses, and they try to manage as much as they can. And really, the thought process that you want to have is you want to try to offload and delegate as many tasks as you can to the people that you hire around you. So the way I'm able to manage a job and I'm able to manage a business and still have a personal life and accomplish the things I want to accomplish is simply because I'm able to build multiple different teams. I really understand the process of how to get these tasks done that we need to get done, to get these projects done. And what I'm able to do is break those projects down into steps, into phases, and then I really just apply a team member for every phase. So, for example, marketing being one of the main things that I do and build teams around is, if we have a project, I might have a phase where it's content, and then I might have a phase where it's design, and then I might have a phase where we're building something, whether it's an ad or whether it's a website or anything else. And so whether it's your business, whether it's personal hobbies or personal projects that you're trying to get done, what you want to be able to do is look at, great, how do I get started on this project? What are the different phases? and how can I progress through those phases, and how can I offload as many of those things as possible. So a lot of you might be thinking, well, hey, what about my personal life? I just have employees. Like, how do I take this and apply it to my personal life? So usually in my life, I have people around me that I'm doing things with. So if I'm going on a trip with a friend, maybe they're in charge of planning activities. Maybe I'm in charge of planning transportation and food and other things. We delegate different tasks so that way not one of us is trying to do everything. So if you're wanting to really become a high performing person, get a lot of things done in your personal life as well as your business life, and really be able to focus on the big picture projects that you need to get done that are the most important to you, that you really want to work on, you have to get good at delegating. You have to be good at building people. So let's change from teams to people. You have to be good at building people in your life to help you get things done. So when it comes to hiring remote teams, I get asked a lot, well, how do you work with people from different countries, and how do people from different countries work together? And look, for you working with someone who's in a different country, there probably is going to be a pretty steep learning curve. You're going to have to learn some of the nuances. You're going to have to learn some of the cultural differences. And the same is applied to your team that's working with people in other cultures as well. But a lot of those things are actually very simple and easy to overcome. The cultural differences really don't come into play too much in the job environment and impact the workflow and the ability for people to work together. Now, obviously, there's different languages and dialects that you have to think about, but a lot of the places where you can go get remote workers, most of them are going to speak English. And so, even if their English is not perfect, they're going to speak enough of it to where they're going to be able to communicate with another person from another country. Obviously, this can provide us challenges as well, but as long as they can speak, read, and write English, and you have a project management system and a task management system in place for them to document, different things that they're working on and different communications, then that's going to solve 90% of your communication problems. Most of your communication problems are not going to come from a lack of environment. You should be creating an environment of communication where you support your team working together, communicating, coming up with ideas, presenting you with ideas and new strategies, and identifying problems and solutions, and helping you do all of those things. But really 90% of your communication issues that you would see in any kind of business is really going to come from a lack of system where people are actually able to document the things that they're talking about. They're able to share that with other people on their team, and then other people can actually collaborate on it, and they can look at the actual facts and not what they think they heard or what they thought the other person said or what so and so thought they said. So get rid of the hearsay in your business, and definitely get a system that's going to help you document everything, because that's where your communication issues are going to be solved. In terms of being able to have a truly location independent business, you want to think that you can just pack up and go whenever you want. And that's what this technology is going to do for you. If you can run everything in your business, or almost everything in your business, from your computer, from your phone, that's how you're going to be location independent. And this technology, the software, is what's going to enable you to do that. Now, let's say you don't even want to have a life where you're traveling all the time or you're going different places. Having this technology in place is going to do so many things for your business, including giving you access to your business at any point in time. So even if you as a business owner are not in the business environment, you still have access to it and you can still see what's going on, as well as it's going to allow your team to be able to access it from anywhere. And so now you not only have to hire, as I talk about a lot, people in one central area, but you can hire people from anywhere, and you have a bigger access to a pool of talent that you can use to bring into your business. So technology is absolutely crucial when it comes to managing your teams and helping your team manage your business effectively. So when it comes to different types of software that you want to use to help automate your business and help streamline your business and give you access from anywhere, you're going to be looking at softwares like CRMs, project management, chat systems. So, I've used everything from WhatsApp groups to Google Chats and emails. You also want to look at meeting software, and you want to look at tools that are going to help your team perform better. Really, when it comes down to software at this point, there's so many different softwares to choose from, and they all have mainly the same capabilities, but some differ. What it's going to come down to is your unique working style, the functions that you have in your business, and the actual processes that you need to put into these systems. So you really want to take your time. You want to look at all these different options that are available for you when it comes to this software, and you want to pick something that's actually going to complement the job functions that you're trying to get done, the processes that you're trying to get done in your business, and not be something that is going to come in and feel clunky and your team is going to have to really take a lot of time to learn or even adapt their processes to the system. Again, in my opinion, you should never be looking at a software and saying, oh my gosh, my whole team could now learn this and we could start over and we could start doing everything this way. You want to really be looking at how you do things now and adding software in that's going to help you elevate what you're currently doing. I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. So when it comes to making sure that you can do everything and fit everything in, once you have your team and your systems in place, then it really comes down to prioritizing the things that you're going to work on. So whether this is in your business or whether this is your personal life, the way I'm able to accomplish everything that I want to accomplish is an old trick I learned from a friend when I first got started in business. And really what I would do is I would sit down, I'd look at my calendar, and I would think about all the things I had to do. I would block out every hour of my day, whether it was personal time that I was going to have, whether it was making calls, whether it was working with my team, whether it was doing maintenance on our systems and processes, no matter what it was that I needed to get done, personal or business, I would block out every hour of the day. Now, I don't really do this today, but what that mindset has helped me create is a mindset of priority. So what I'm able to do automatically now, and anytime I'm looking to introduce anything new into my life, is I automatically think about how is my day structured? How could I fit this in? And then do I actually want to fit it in and be able to do it consistently? And so when you're looking at managing projects and different things in your life that you want to get done, for example, tonight, which is one of my busiest nights, I left the job, got dinner, came home, ate, started recording this video, and in an hour, I've got a podcast interview. And then an hour after that, I've got a team meeting with one of my clients. And then after that, I've got another team meeting with one of my clients. And so it's really just making sure that you can fit everything to make sense in your schedule. One of the other things that I've really started doing, especially since I've gotten so much busier lately, is trying to do all of my meetings at one time. And this was actually something I did when I first got started. So for example, if I was going to do a task like cold calling, if I was going to do a task of follow-ups or client maintenance or client work, whatever it was, I would schedule all of that stuff at one time. And I would make sure that I was hyper focused on getting all of that done at one time. And what it does is when you're able to focus in like that on a certain task, you're able to do it at a really high level and really quick pace, and you're able to get it knocked out and done very quickly. And so I may have one night a week, which is my busiest night, where I'm just back to back to back slammed. But what that does is it opens me up to have a lot of other free time to where I can have a personal life. And so I give up having a lot of free time on one day of the week, but I'm using that time that's busy to work towards my goals, to get the things done that I need to get done. And then I'm also freeing up other time in the week. So I'm not having random obligations pop up and interrupting my flow of other parts of my life. And so when I'm at my job, I'm focused on my job. I'm not focused on any client work. And when I'm focused on my client work, I'm focused on my client work and I'm not focused on the job. And when I'm working on my business, it's the same thing. And so all it is it's me separating out all of the things I have to get done, looking at my calendar, prioritizing how much time I need to spend, how important it is to get certain tasks done, and then just putting that on my calendar in the order that I need to get it done and in a way that suits my life as far as my work habits, my energy levels, and everything else that comes into just managing your time. I'm a big proponent that if you're going to do anything, you have to do it consistently for a period of time. And so whenever I'm looking at anything new, I'm very hesitant to add it until I've really solidified my schedule, my routine, and making sure that it's something that I'm going to be able to enjoy doing for an extended period of time, and it's not going to cause conflict with anything else. Now, this isn't always perfect. Sometimes projects take more time than others. Sometimes I realize maybe I don't quite have the energy for this at this time of the day. And so then I have to start looking at, hey, can I shuffle my schedule around? Can I move things around to really make it optimum? But I'm really focused on where my energy is, where my focus is, knocking out the most important tasks first, and then making sure that I have enough space in between everything to be able to do everything that I want to do, including having a job, managing a business, managing clients, and having a personal life. So, if you want to be able to live a lifestyle where you can have a business and you have very limited time that you have to actually manage it, and you're creating time and opportunities in your life for other things, and you want to be able to do that for an extended period of time, the first thing is you really have to be able to focus and prioritize on the things that you have to get done. No matter what, at the end of the day, no matter what I feel like every day when I get up or when it comes time to do a task, I know there's certain tasks that I just have to get done every week. For example, my YouTube videos. There's a lot of days where I just really don't feel like recording a YouTube video. But what we're doing is we're looking at building in systems and processes in order to help me do that and take the load off of me. And so, really, if you want to be able to live a life where you can control your time and you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, you're going to have to be really good at just managing your time, because there's always going to be tasks that you're going to have to get done that you don't necessarily want to do, but that you got to do anyways. And if you do those things consistently, then you will progress towards your goals. But if you let those things lag or drop, then you're going to see stagnancy in your goals, in your life, and that's going to become really distracting. And so one of the things that I see people really struggle with in a lifestyle that's similar to mine, or maybe they've just gotten time freedom from their business, and now it's kind of the first time in their life they're experienced that. They don't have to show up at any specific time for anything. They don't have to do anything specifically at any given time. They can kind of just do things as they please. They tend to lose track of the things that they need to get done, or they don't get them done on time. And so I'm sure we've all experienced working with someone who just seemed unorganized, who maybe was late all the time, or forgot details. These are the things that you really want to avoid if you want to be able to live a life like this consistently, and you want to be able to get everything done that you want to get done. You're going to have to make sure that you manage your time very well. You're going to have to make sure that you're very focused on getting the tasks done that you have to get done when they need to get done, not making excuses, and not putting anything off, because especially if you're like me and you're trying to do a lot and you run a very tight schedule, there's not always more time or more room, especially when life happens and something comes up unexpected that you have to get done, that you're actually going to be able to make time for in the future for that one task that you put off. So it really comes down to just discipline, managing your schedule, and being really focused when it's time to get to work on a certain task or project, that you really get focused on it. You do high quality work. You be in the best mindset possible to get that task done, and you get it done. And that's it. So if you want to have the most control over your time possible, and you're trying to do that by running a business, you really need to make sure that you get good at managing your time. You get good at delegating the tasks that you do not need to be focused on to a really well developed and trained team that's very reliable, that you can trust to get stuff done. And you have to have really good communication systems and processes to make sure that you can manage this team effectively. They can reach out when they need support, and everyone can just get everything done that they need to at the quality level they need to, and in the time frame that they need to. This is the only way that you're going to be able to manage all of the tasks and all of the things in your business, and then add in all of the things you want to get done in your personal life. And if you're a little nuts like me, adding in a second business or a job, the only way you're going to be able to manage it all is by having that support team, being very focused with your time, and then utilizing very efficient communication systems and getting really good at communicating yourself.
Hey guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you got some value out of that, make sure you go ahead and let me know by leaving a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and comments down in the comment section. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. We release 3 videos a week, one on sales, one on marketing, and one on VAs. And of course, if you want to check out some of our services or products, check out the links in the description, as well as you can find information on one-on-one coaching and consulting with me, where we can dive into the specific strategies and solutions that you need in order to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures, or low 7 figures to more 7 figures.